Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, the show where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John, Dragon Ball Z Lord Slug. Debut March 9th, 1991. It's another anime fair one. Toonami didn't get this till April 4th, 2004, and only showed it once. And this had it's had less dubs than previous Dragon Ball films. Funimation released theirs on August 7th, 2001, famous for using both Falconer Productions music and real-world American rock bands. AB Group did theirs for Europe, and Speedy Video did one for English speakers in the Malay region. Sam, this was your choice.
I've always enjoyed talking Dragon Ball with you all. That's how we started all this, and we're still doing it. And every time there's something a little special when we do it. It's been a while since we've done Tree of Might. This isn't as good as Tree of Might.
Get out of the way early.
But it is better than World's Strongest.
What?
I think it's better. Not World's Strongest. No, it is. I think it's better than World's Strongest.
Well, we'll talk.
This is the first time this has happened in the opposite direction.
We'll discuss. Yeah, it's an interesting DBZ film. As John's going to point out, it makes absolutely no sense, like the previous two films in the chronology. And yeah, the power levels are kind of all over the place, and it also feels oddly appropriate. We're recording this as the much of the eastern United States is frozen. Just kind of like the beginning of this.
Yeah, it's not caused by weird Namekians though.
It is 6 degrees in New York right now, and that's negative 14 degrees Celsius for all you out there who don't use freedom units.
Yeah, it's rough.
I always imagined this film was made in a meeting where they went, so Tree of Might did really well. That was an evil Goku. Why don't we do an evil Piccolo? And then someone was like, we've already done an evil Piccolo. It's called Piccolo.
That's just Piccolo.
Everyone just shouted him down. And no one will remember that. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always interesting whenever Lord Slug shows up again, which isn't frequent, but when you're playing like Sparking Zero or the plan to eradicate the Super Saiyans, you get Slug. You get Slug.
Just kind of there, just kind of not very interesting. I had that recently. I was playing the Mission 100 mode in Sparking Zero, and there's the one with all the Namekians. I was like, okay, so I've done Nail, I've done Piccolo. Who's next? Oh, Lord Slug. Right, he exists.
Yeah.
I mean, Lord Slug is very clear. It's King Piccolo, but if King Piccolo got a spaceship. I do like how we start this movie a lot with Piccolo doing his meditation. I was watching the Funimation dub, so you have him being like, blissful isolation. This is amazing. And then Gohan ruins it immediately.
Gohan has dressed his dragon like a clown.
Also,
and he's here to do a little dance.
Yeah, we get another musical number like we did in the first two Dragon Ball Z movies. This time it's just a purely whistling sequence. And we get Icarus from Tree of Might is back to kind of participate in this dance that exposes... it's not quite a Chekhov's gun because it's not necessarily an object, I suppose, but the idea that the whistling will later be used against Lord Slug in about, 30 to 35 minutes time.
The Namekians are weak to singing in the rain.
Yeah.
I need to point out the whistling is done by professional whistler Hajime Yoshiba, who also did the music for Sister Street Fighter 5th Level Fist, which is a terrible Sister Street Fighter movie, but he did it. This causes hilarious problems because Gohan's voice actor has to whistle later on, and you can tell some of the dubbers can't do it because it's meant to be the same song again. But in the Funimation dub, it's not. The AB Group dub, it isn't. In the Speedy dub, they just kind of go... It's like, oh dear.
But it's good enough.
No.
It still works.
Yeah.
Quick question. How much do you think a professional whistler makes? Really quick. Like, what do you think the salary is on that?
Not enough to get many IMDb credits. Sister Street Fighter is like his only other credit. But it is worth it to have on your IMDb page under Lord Slug whistling.
Also, if they had known about that during King Piccolo in the original Dragon Ball, could have completely changed the course of that saga.
Roshi would have defeated him with the greatest song and dance routine this country's ever seen.
Though, to be fair, when we find out that it's specifically for Super Namekians, so it should have still worked on King Piccolo, but it's weird how Super Namekians and regular Namekians, like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, that's not the only weird super thing in this movie, frankly.
I mean, do you want to talk about that already, or?
I mean, we're all over the place. It's, I don't know, as the you know as the feeling takes you.
To be fair, this is the thing this film is remembered for, is that we get Super Saiyan form for Goku, or as we now call it, Pseudo-Super Saiyan. Yeah, basically the end. Goku taps into the power of the Saiyans, and I'm just going to quote Daisenshu 7, a state that Goku transformed into in the movie Super Saiyan Son Goku. It is similar to Super Saiyan in that the entire body is wrapped in an aura, but the hair is not completely golden. Also, his eyes become white, as if he has lost consciousness. It looks as if Goku's anger at being cornered by his enemy Slug overran him and made him like a Super Saiyan. The Daisenshu, they are trying.
They're trying. I do like when he gets snapped out of the white eyes when Slug rips off his own arm. Like, he's like, whoa, man.
Dude, too much.
Yeah. The
Like, I like
bloodlust
that
is gone.
I just love how that works, because it's just like he's having his fun, he's beating him, and then it's just like, and it's like, okay, time out. That was too much for me today.
Also, he doesn't tap into it at the end to beat Slug. It's not what he uses to beat Slug.
No, why would he?
Yeah. Also, here's a trivia question: when's the only other time that Goku does false Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball? Anything?
Is it also a movie?
It's not a movie.
Is it a filler arc?
Oh yeah.
Ooh. I think if it's a filler arc, then it had to have happened either on a filler arc in Namek, or it had to have happened like when he was dead.
It's when he's dead.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm close, but go for it. Tell us the reality.
So when he first, after the Cell games, when Cell, the Ginyu Force, Frieza, and King Cold are raising trouble in hell, the Ginyu Force rushes at him, and he goes false Super Saiyan for a moment just to knock them all out, and that's his eyes don't go fully white, but he gets his hair sticks straight up like a Super Saiyan, and he gets the golden aura, and he knocks them all out.
Remember this, kids.
Yeah.
Remember this, children? Are you paying attention? Buy the toys. Do you think there has to be a pseudo Super Saiyan Goku toy out there?
I'm trying to remember if there's any games that have false Super Saiyan. I don't think any of them do. Sparking Zero should, but it doesn't.
Even Super Dragon Ball Heroes doesn't, and that has like random Japanese variety show hosts in it. So,
I mean, if the Street Fighter verse X-Men can have a Japanese comedian, I put nothing past them. Norimaru, I think, is the.
I think it might be the same guy in Super Dragon Ball Heroes.
Yeah,
that would be very funny. What are the video game credits for this guy?
Yeah. Do we want to talk about the Slug henchman?
Well, I want to bring one other thing up first.
Yeah.
So, False Super Saiyan. This came out. So, False Super Saiyan makes his real Super Saiyan makes his debut in Chapter 317, Life or Death, which comes out March 19th, 1991, 10 days after this movie released. For the life of me, I don't understand why. So when they were making this, Frieza arc is in full thing, and Super Saiyan is being obviously set up as the end goal. Why would you introduce a new one here? What would possess you to do? Because all you're doing is undermining your movie, because in 10 days, kids will be like, oh, that's wrong then, so this doesn't matter, and not see it.
Like, did the movie guys know it was going to happen in 10 days?
Yes, because Toriyama had input on this. This is the moment where Toriyama decided that Super Saiyan didn't go blonde, didn't go blackhead, because he didn't want to hurt his artist.
Yeah, I thought it was an ink thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, why introduce this form when it's clearly like, again, this would be like if a One Piece movie came out and was like, oh yeah, the One Piece is this bucket. It's like,
the One Piece is the friends we made along the way, first of all.
Yeah. Also, even more to that point, it's like the One Piece is this bucket, but look, 10 days later, actually the One Piece is this thing right here.
Actually, it was the hat the whole time.
You might as well just pop a flashing sign saying this is non-canon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean to the point where I mean Dyson Shoe timeline I'm sure might address it to a bit, but yeah, theoretically power level wise, this would be right around the time Goku arrives on Namek, because he's that strong. Piccolo's super strong too. Maybe it's after he absorbed Nail. I don't
Yeah.
know.
They took a minute to go back to Earth,
Yeah.
because there's a meteor coming, which I like that opening where it's like Goku and Krillin just being like, okay, we can't destroy it. We just got to knock it off course. Like somebody called them to come over there and fix it.
Yeah.
Just Doctor Brief, like, yo, Goku.
I have Goku on speed dial. He can fix any planetary body.
Also,
Also,
very a lot of confidence that it's just the two of them.
Yeah, and
get milk while you're out. Was we might as well, Goku.
Yeah.
it's also like you picked Krillin. Even Master Roshi might have been more useful.
Tien Shinhan can stop second form cell.
Tien Shinhan can stop second
Yeah,
form
but
cells. So
Tien
this
doesn't
should have
have
been nothing.
Tien doesn't have a phone. That's the problem with Tien. You've got to write him a letter. It's just too slow.
Yeah, Tien definitely doesn't have a phone. There's no way. I agree with this headcanon is correct. He definitely doesn't have a phone.
Would you like Daisenshu's official line on where this film lands?
Please.
Yes.
From the fact that Goku has not yet become a Super Saiyan, this story takes place before the final showdown with Frieza. However, at this time, Goku should be in the midst of his battle on planet Namek. This must also be a movie inconsistency.
Sure is. Sure is.
Oh, that joke that actually choked me a little bit. Oh,
Just
no.
once again, the Daisenshu writer is, I am not paid enough to try and work this out.
I love the Daisenshu writer slowly descending into madness every single page is pretty fun.
All the times I go to Japan, I need to just get a set of Dyson shoe and just be
I
like,
have this
To pay
30th
tribute to that
anniversary.
writer.
yeah.
I have the 30th anniversary one, but like, man,
That's only volume one though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like the Daisenshu writer definitely isn't getting paid enough. But do you think it's been the same guy? Has it been the same guy the whole time?
Because they reuse the text from it all the time, so it may be like a very small number of people. Because
Yeah.
that's how there's a couple of errors that literally get transposed from 1 all the way to 7 at some point. I can't remember what the error is now, but there is 1.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
So
Oh, I just want to point out, I do like that Chi-Chi gets to fight in this movie for 5.5 seconds.
yeah, and then she gets punched and that's it.
Did the gut.
Yeah.
That had hurt real, but she does kick that dude in the face. And I don't. Does she ever fight in a movie again?
Again, no. The first movie where she technically tries to fight is Dead Zone.
Yeah,
And then she gets blown away by Garlic Jr. Like,
but she doesn't land a hit in that.
I don't think so.
This is I know this is the only film where she fights one of the villains. I believe there may be one later where you see her punch somebody, but I don't. Actually, it might not be until Battle of Gods where I think she punches Vegeta, but it's in the context of just punching Vegeta.
Yeah, everybody should be punching Vegeta at all times.
The only other time we see her fighting in Z is when she's training Goten. Unless you count the time she slaps Super Boo. But yeah, that's really it.
Yeah. It's kind of fun seeing Chi-Chi do some stuff, having Bulma and Oolong along for the ride. Bulma getting kidnapped for a second for no reason.
We were mentioning Krellin earlier, how I love, and I think that he says it too in both dubs, but how quickly he tries to take on Slug and just immediately gets like just backhanded and just out of the fight.
Oh,
It's like,
poor
we're done
Bulma.
here.
One highlight of the speedy dub for me is when he gets knocked away by Slug, he shouts, "I've lost again!"
Oh no.
It's the Japanese dub where he goes, "Why does this always happen to me?" Right? Or something to that.
Yes.
Poor Krillin.
To talk about you saying about Slug's minions, which definitely is a thing to talk about because this film has basically the problem with World's Strongest again, which is too many characters.
Yes, to the point where like I was talking about this during the Yu Yu Hakusho segment. We have our handsome boy, we have our handsome, well-conditioned boy, and then we have self-producing toad person, Metamacha.
Metamacha. That's the only name I remember. Is
That's the only
Metamacha.
name I remember too. And then we have not Dodoria.
Yeah. We have not Midoriya who Piccolo just stunts all over.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
This film is more violent than the other ones. We get like a load of really weird violent moments. Like, yeah, Piccolo breaks a guy's arm, then fakes a handshake to blow him away. When Goku reflects the one guy's beam back into his mouth, and you just see him like his mouth spread and burning.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
See, I like that whole scene with Piccolo because it is a very like a Batman kind of scene where he's like goading him into this shop, and then he comes through the ceiling, and it's like that you don't see a lot of indoor fights in Dragon Ball. So I kind of appreciate seeing an indoor fight in Dragon Ball.
It gave me Jurassic Park vibes.
Oh, sure. Clever girl.
Is Piccolo the Velociraptor?
Yeah. In this kind of like you're fighting something that is both an immense threat and more intelligent than you are. Be afraid.
Yeah. It's a beautiful scene. I love that scene. It's maybe Piccolo has the little smile when Gargoyle Man charges him. He kind of raises on, and you get the weird wind circle. Like it's a fun sequence.
Yeah.
He blows up that window, but good.
Yeah.
That's a really good fight. I like Piccolo yanking his own ears off in the conclusion.
Oh, that made my whole body tense up again. Like I forgot how rough that is.
That also implies that Namekian eardrums are like in the fleshy part of the ear, not on the inside of the head. Because like if you pull your ears off, do not pull your ears off at home. You would still hear because those just funnel sound. They don't. The drum is on the inside.
What are the antenna for at that point? Are antennas supposed to also pick up sound? Like
they're there to be void.
Yeah, he also grabs the antennas, right? He's also like, I'm going to do this too.
I saw a film called Ratatouille.
Yeah.
This is gonna hurt. Like, yeah, Piccolo is brutal in this movie. But again, this is my I love Piccolo. He's my favorite Dragon Ball character. Here's the problem. Most of the movies, Piccolo has no reason to be there. He has a reason to be here for this one. So I judge my Dragon Ball movies on when Piccolo saves Gohan, is it okay for him to be here?
Yeah, I mean, Goku shouldn't be in this movie, is what the main thing is. Goku is so surplus to requirements in this whole thing.
Shemel's Goku does have my favorite thing happen, though. You know, when Gohan gets his neck snapped and they obviously reuse that animation cell from the Namek saga, and Goku picks him up, and Gohan's like, I love you, Dad. And he's like, I know.
I know, yeah.
Goku.
Yeah,
like that is insane to me. Sorry, that was just an insane line.
But it's brutal for Goku too, right? Like, yeah, he kills the blonde, stretchy Dalsim character, with a mouth blast. He punches Metamacha so hard in the gut that he's dead, and then fries his children, and then he breaks Slug's arm when he goes full Super Saiyan.
Like, movie Goku has a body count.
He does.
Also, what's most especially with both of them, that the arm breaks are like proper, like they hold the arm then push up on the elbow, which is how you break someone's arm in a MMA fight. So this isn't like magic.
Quickly, audience, don't break people's arms. Don't rip off your ears. Don't break people's arms.
Yeah.
Also, there'll be content warnings.
First time with a super spirit bomb, right? It's not the single handheld spirit bomb like the other two movies. It's a full on. This one's coming for you, spirit bomb.
It's super spirit bomb.
Yeah.
Born from the sun, because the sun is just the general thing we have in these movies as just a MacGuffin.
It's also the moment when he starts to do it. It's where you kind of remember, oh, that's right, the Earth is cold. Because they establish it, like Schemmel straight up says it when he wakes back up. He's like, oh man, it's cold. And they kind of like play that off, like they don't really address that anymore. And then when he starts to build the super spirit bomb, he's like, oh, it's warm, the sun. And it's like, oh, okay, that's right. There's like a whole like ecological disaster going on right now.
I do like, because we do know what time of year it is, because in Chi-Chi's house, you see a calendar that says that it is currently March. So we know it's March.
Sangatsu.
Chi-Chi's house is also reference central because we get an Ariel poster on Gohan's bedroom and a F1 car on his bedroom, which is, at the time, that was the F1 team who was sponsoring Shonen Jump.
Interesting.
A little bit of product placement.
Nice. Alyx, why do you like this better than World's Strongest?
Okay.
Right.
The reason why I like this better than World's Strongest is kind of threefold. Number one, I think that the fights here are very creative and fun. I like that we're going in and out of these different places. I seeing city fights in Dragon Ball is always very fun to me. You get a lot of indoor stuff. Number two, I think that this one is having a lot of fun with its stupid concept. Like I feel a lot more fun coming out of this. And number three, it doesn't have Piccolo Daisuke Desu. Like it doesn't have that. But what it does have is Gohan doing a little dance and wiggling his butt around, and he's just having a good old time. And I think that that's it. I feel like I have more fun with this movie overall. It's stupid. It's just King Piccolo again, but I like King Piccolo. Like I think that I like Lord Slug's weird, horrible grandpa voice in the Funimation dub. I think it's just more fun than World's Strongest is. World's Strongest has great stuff, but I like this better.
Same voice as Captain Ginyu.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Captain Ginyu.
Yeah,
the only Ginyu not voiced by Sabat right now.
Yeah. Jason Lebrecht took over for Jace at a certain point.
At a certain point, but it was Sabat in the interim for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think
Because Sabat is everyone in Dragon Ball.
One of the weirdest things about this film is the fact that between Japan and Funimation, we totally redo Slug's origin story, which is hilarious because they're both bad. Because, like, in Japan, it's like, oh, he was sent to Planet Slug, but he has this weird genetic thing that makes him just pure evil. The fact he's more evil than Piccolo, because Piccolo split off from Kami. Slug is just evil. He's got evil genes. He's got the naughty boy genes, so you've got to kill him. And then the US are like, oh, he unlocked a higher consciousness within himself that let him become a super Namekian, and then he's now intoxicated by the power of it, and that's why the rest of the Namekians went, we don't like you, and exiled them with the Dragon Balls, which also makes no sense. It's like,
wait, really? When did this movie come out in English dub again? Can you just remind me of the year?
2001.
This is after we were doing the super sanity stuff with the Joker. This was a thing, like, narratively for a bit. Like, these, like, new consciousness, super sanity, super blah. Like, I think that this is a result of its time period.
And they could have done it better. I think the most damning thing about this film for me is always the fact that we don't really get Slug doing anything until 13 minutes left in the movie.
Yeah.
But how we resolve this is King Kai phoning Goku and being like, I've brought the Daisenshu, here's all the information. It's like, because at least when World's Strongest did it, Bulma ragging on a scientist who has tied her up kind of makes sense. She's a hothead. But why is King Kai calling Goku to tell him this stuff? It's like, why? Problem with Lord Slug is he doesn't have a theme. He's like this old Namekian superstition man who wants the power of the Dragon Balls, but he's also making planets into ships with technology. He's like higher consciousness if you're in the US, but he doesn't really show that. You know, or he's like some super evil. He just looks like Piccolo. He is just this mishmash of bits and pieces.
He does have an excellent jawline, though. You got to give that to him.
It annoys me because I like the bit at the start when he's eating his bowl of pills.
Yeah.
I would have just totally, like, my way of fixing this movie is just remove give him 2 minions, and his thing is just get the Dragon Balls become young like King Piccolo did. And it's just, yeah, okay, he's a Namekian who fears death. Cool. We had all the same fight scenes, but the plot makes sense rather than having to try and ram in, because they try and explain how the ship terraforming works, which is a bit why would you do that, really? It's not really logical. And him having his whole thing's like, Turlos's plan is 3 points. And they make perfect, like, I want to be stronger. I have a thing that will make me stronger. I'm going to make the thing that makes me stronger. Then Goku's like, okay, I'm going to stop before you do that. Yeah. Cool. It's so clunky, and I have to rag on this. I'm sorry. Funimation, this is the first movie Funimation did the thing of adding rock bands to the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's so bad in this movie. It's mixed so poorly.
Oh, sure.
I couldn't get that version. I had to go to Amazon to get one of the dubs, but like I do remember the butt rock of Lord Slug.
I still have it. I still have the Blu-ray.
With the butt rock, right?
Yeah, I love all the, ironically, ironically, there's a when we get to Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, he transforms to Pantera. Come
It's
on.
so good. It's so dope. I unironically like the Pantera riff. Like I think that shit's great.
It
Like,
works, Ed. Just here, you can clearly
Bro.
tell they don't have any idea how to mix any of this stuff in, and it causes licensing problems up the wazoo.
Sure
So
does.
if you get to home video, they change. Deftones Elite is added, but the Toonami broadcast had two different songs: "A Tendril's Time to Burn" and "Tendril's Sky Strike the Terrordrome." Get added, but they are added. So you can clearly tell, like the vocals drop right down. Like this is such a dodgy edit. It's just like if you can't do it there must be by the time Broly comes, they must be getting like the film masters or something.
Oh, dude, like
to do something.
Yeah, and I remember they were like obviously Butt Rock is in Lord Slug and Return of Cooler. Interestingly enough, or Cooler's Revenge, interestingly enough, not Return of Cooler. But when they were marketing Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, they were like, we've got all these bands. Like they released, I would love to see how much it goes on eBay. They released like a soundtrack
they
album.
did.
Yeah, that you could buy from like the Funimation website. Like these are all the bands of Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan. It's like, oh shit. And yeah, I mean it's butt rock, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's drowning pool and stuff like that. But yeah.
What a time the early 2000s were for our little Linkin Park hearts, you know what I mean? I feel like the audience and both of you can tell by my hair choices that I love the butt rock.
That's what I need to introduce to the Japanese. I need to let them know because they love Linkin Park. Clearly they love Dragon Ball. I need to let them know that these AMVs exist. It would heal their continent.
The continent of Japan
Yeah.
would be healed.
Not just
Not the country.
The entire continent.
This ended the Sengoku period, is what you're telling me, right?
Oh, I was about to say the Japanese emperor's riding to Butt Rock. That's just Thunderbolt Fantasy. Oh, yeah, I don't mind it later on, but in this version, it's just there's a couple of songs that get played for literally 10 seconds under some dialogue, and it's like, why did you bother?
Yeah.
They couldn't have been cheap songs to get.
I don't know how much of it was like record labels, because some of these are like local, like Texas bands, because Funimation was based out of like the Dallas Fort Worth area. Some of them must have been like, "Hey, my friend's got a band. Can you like put his like crappy song on this thing for just a little bit?"
90% at least one of them is. I don't. I can't remember. I don't know who it is because I've not heard the song before. But there's one that just does sound literally like what happens when I pick up my guitar at 4 in the morning and just hit random power chords.
It's so interesting too because this is the Bruce Faulkner era too. Yeah. So like we're blending. Because I remember on Toonami, Rock the Dragon was the song that played when the movie came on. So it had to be the Faulkner era too. So like there's a lot of weird stuff happening musically.
Yeah, not the later guy who did Dragon Ball soundtracks, who is now a member of the House of Representatives, I believe.
And I thought it was a voice actor that was like a senator or something.
There's one music. I know what John. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I wrote about him a while ago, and I got an email from his office with like the full regalia, thanking me for even though I said his music was terrible. Thank you for mentioning him. It's like but it was like
he did the music for I want to say like Broly's Second Coming through the end of like the original movie era, which is to say Wrath of the Dragon.
I think so. I just really remember because it scared the hell out of me because it was like the official communique from.
That's so funny.
I was like, oh god! I was like, I live in Canada. Technically, you can't do anything.
Please tell me that you have that printed out and framed somewhere.
No, it's on the list of things.
Yeah. I will say this is not my least favorite DBZ movie of this initial thing. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, there are way worse Dragon Ball Z movies. Yeah. Like by leaps and bounds, there are way worse Dragon Ball Z movies. Actually, really quick before we get into final thoughts, what do you both think is the worst DBZ movie?
Do we want to give it away? Okay, sure. It's Bio Broly.
It's Bio Broly.
It's Bio Broly.
Bio Broly is absolutely terrible. Before we end, can I just share some favourite pieces from the AB Group and Speedy dubs for you?
Of course.
Please.
AB Group, Meta Matcha is a bad Kermit impression the entire time. I get why, but it's jarring. They don't know. Super Saiyan for them is just Super Warrior. So just hearing King Kai say, he's become a Super Warrior. It's like, oh man. And when Slug rips his arm off, both him and Goku start screaming, just really out of key. And it doesn't sound like it was voice recording. It sounds like they were just screaming in the booth and it was left in. And they can't say Namek the same way twice. They keep saying it differently, leading someone calling it the unhappiest planet, Namek. I don't know what happened there.
Not incorrect, technically. It keeps getting invaded. I'm sorry, the screaming is so funny to me.
It will be in the TikTok video eventually. Speedy, for even Speedy standards, this dub is incomprehensible. I watched it twice and I still couldn't transcribe some of the lines. This was the last one I watched as well, so I knew the plot and had the script. I love though when Lord Slug looks at the Dragon Ball, he goes, "There is something in the bottle of my memory," which I was like, that's very sort of poetic, illogical but poetic. And Shenron, when giving the wish, he says, "Well, tell me your wish. I can only tell you one thing of whatever you are."
What? I feel like that's a riddle that you just told me.
And yeah, all the Super Namekians are just called the Super Namek person.
Super Namek person.
All of them are Super Namek person.
Okay.
Like, oh, Speedy, I admire you, but you didn't try very hard on this one.
Super Namek person sounds like you took the Japanese, you put it into Google Translate, you took the English that it spat out, put it back into Japanese, and then translated it again. Like, you know what I mean?
Super Namek person is a cheap Superman action figure that's been painted green and had the Dragon Ball logo put on it.
I've seen that YouTube video.
Yeah, I've seen that. That fan custom action figure around there somewhere.
I've seen that guy in the green body paint he doesn't do on his ears, you know. But yeah, final thoughts on Lord Slug.
I mean, I miss Daisuke Nishio, who was like the director of the first three. He comes back to direct Return of Cooler, not Cooler's Revenge. But yeah, it's always a good time going into Dragon Ball. I have fond memories of this, butt rock and all, full Super Saiyan and all. And yeah, it is kind of a little more brutal. And a little more, it's also, I feel like it's significantly brisker than the past couple movies. So, always a good time talking Dragon Ball with y'all.
This movie is fine. Like, again, it's only an hour, so despite all its flaws, but I would describe this movie as deeply frustrating. There is something really cool here. There's a lot of good scenes. They're just held back by them trying to throw everything at the wall. And there's a very cool, simple story here of Goku fighting another big Namekian with special powers. They lost track, and what you end up with is a film that feels like three films stapled together with the middle removed from all of them. But there are worse ways to spend an hour, so it's if you get all of them together, it's worth looking at.
Yeah, if you're like me, as opposed to being like Sam and John, people who have taste, if you are tasteless like me, this is a lot of fun. This is the closest thing Piccolo is going to get to having like a movie until we get to Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Like, this is the closest he's going to get to getting this much attention ever again, movie-wise. So maybe that's part of it. But it's fun. There's a lot of really good fight scenes. What I like about Dragon Ball movies is when they take me to environments that we don't get in the main show a lot. When we do these like weird indoor environments, when we do other stuff. And this gives me that. I do wish I had a copy of the Butt Rock version. I don't. I had to go to Amazon Prime to get it because for some reason Crunchyroll doesn't have the dubbed versions of any of these movies before Battle of the Gods. So
because of the music. Because of the music.
But while that is deeply unfortunate and makes my heart hurt, that is the truth. But we have pulled into our final destination. That is right. It is time for us to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again for joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time. bang.